the features page open just in case to mention anything.
Cool.
Good. Go.
We are starting a new office hours here, but you guys know it is the same old, just right before you get a little preview of what's going on behind the scenes. There's like a 20-second delay between when I push go and when it actually goes, but it goes before. So you guys get a little sneak peek. And
yes, every
mics.
time.
You know, our mics are always the hottest, spiciest mics that there possibly are. Hi, welcome back to Adobe Office Hours. How are you guys? Nick, how you doing?
Dude, it's been 3 weeks or two. Yeah, we had 2 weeks off.
That's true.
Right? Man, it feels so good to be back. It's like a new year. We're trying a new thing.
Oh, y'all, we have changed so much on this show. We've been working super hard over the last few weeks. And by that, I mean like today.
The last 15 minutes.
Yeah, but the production is stepped up. We got new screens. We got iPads. We got everything in. So hopefully you appreciate the new setup. Hopefully you like it and it's more beneficial to you to learn. And Nick, yes, new colors, new setup. A completely new setup, guys. I told
Laura
you.
figured it out.
Nick,
I love it.
Why are we rebranded? Why does everything look different? What's the deal?
We have rebranded because we're going abroad.
That's right.
We wanted a little international travel flair to this whole new thing. We figure we can't really travel as much as we'd like to right now, but why not pretend as we go through these processes and learn a few new Adobe apps that are all mobile based. I'm kind of looking forward to it in a way because I've probably pushed a few of these off to the side over the years, but now as we've been diving deep into them, I realize how much of a part they can be in our day-to-day, particularly with client work and personal work as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are going to be doing the same links that we had last time, but we do have a new link to the Discord for you. So down here below me, bit.ly/Adobe Office Hours, that's the place that you can get involved. You can see all of our presentations as we do them. And we may be even dropping in some resources for you as we go. So make sure you go there. You can actually sync it to your Creative Cloud library. You can just copy it to yours, I believe. So check in there. We'll talk about that every week. And let's go ahead and go to our Discord as well. Where do I point? There we go. To our Discord, which is over there now.
If they only knew that each one of us has about 9 screens we're looking at, I think we're doing good.
Yes, yeah. If you guys, if you want to follow Nick or I on social media, Nick, what's your social media handles? Ahmad will drop it in there.
Follow me at Longo Designs on Instagram, Longo Designs Inc. on Twitter. Where are you at?
So I'm just hoch.co on all social media. So it's HOCHDOTCO, all letters, no punctuation. If you guys follow us, we'll both post a picture of our setup immediately following this on our stories.
Oh, God.
Right? Yeah.
Put you on the spot. Me about that.
That's it. So you can check it out. And there is already a Discord server. I'll need to update that. There is a Discord server that you can go to, bit.ly/office hours abroad. You also can go to the link that is listed on the screen. Both of those will send you to the right place. So check those out. Let's see, what other announcements do we have? Oh, you know what? Let's start it out with like the thing that we want to say. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. My God, it's like crazy, right?
I can't believe that it's actually happening. Nick, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Regarding everything we've talked about, we've refreshed our memory and our advice through every episode of Office Hours. What are we at now? 30? Did we figure it out? 38?
39 maybe?
39,
we're getting close to 50.
We're almost at 100, guys.
Yep.
And thinking about how much we talked about case studies, I spent a little time right after Christmas, and then I'm doing it almost religiously now, a little bit each day, rebuilding all my case studies. And I want to make sure I've learned from doing this, right? Like we've learned from our family here on Office Hours. We've learned from each other. So I kind of put together a little bit more time, and I'm loving doing that, dude. It's been really cool. How about you? What are you? What's your resolutions?
Yeah, my resolutions, like in life, I'm not eating fast food this year, which is going to be crazy.
Good.
But then other than that, as far as work and design and office hours goes, I need to do more case studies. I have about 10 years of case studies and branding projects that I have a few of them written up and shown.
Yeah.
I'm like not big on showing my work. I often
Yeah.
get nervous and I don't like blast it out broad. I usually just target it to who I want to get work from. So I'm going to try to step more into showing my work. I tend to have a lot of me forward like this,
Yeah.
talking on shows, and so I'm going to try to hide behind my work a little bit more and show you guys some of the stuff that I've done.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
think
what happens.
it's a hard change to make. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if especially if it's kind of been doing all right and you've been successful with it.
Yep.
But I think knowing through this whole process, it's been kind of cool, kind of going, yeah, how to refocus back onto the work.
Yes.
So I'm glad we've preached it. Now it's time to practice it.
Absolutely. And there we go. Yes, Justin Roy wants to do more live streams and case studies. Chat, what are your
Nice.
resolutions? Put your resolutions in chat.
I
We'll read
know. I
those
want to
kind of
see that.
as we go and get started. But I do want to show you one more thing, and that is our Discord. You can check in
Yay.
over there at the link right there, or the link that our moderator has dropped in there. And we have a couple channels in there. You can scroll down and go to Adobe Abroad, which is going to be
Yeah.
updating the show as we go. And then also homework. We are giving you homework every single week this time. We kind of were on and off with the fall semester, but this week there is stuff for you to do every single
Yeah.
week that you can post here in Discord and get some practice in these mobile apps. Nick, any good resolutions coming out of
I
chat?
see a bunch in the portfolio realm, doing more live streams, finishing the website, selling stickers. That's a cool one, Chelsea. Max saying work out more consistently. Yeah, that's something I've started as well right around January 1st. I love this. Continue work to get better at digital things. Read at least one book a month. That's a great
Nice.
one.
Yes, and
I don't read as much as I probably should either. I like podcasts. I like listening to podcasts rather than reading.
yeah. Celeste, if you end up doing those stickers, I'll buy some. We'll do it a giveaway. So
Yeah,
let
let
us
us
know if you
know.
actually do those, and I'll order some up, and we'll do a giveaway here for office hours. I do believe, Nick, I can neither confirm or deny this, but there was a conversation that we're able to do maybe some merch giveaways
Ooh,
this
that's
semester.
right.
It was one of the things that everyone had been asking for, like, let's do some kind of merch, let's do Adobe merch, let's do office hour something, and I think that there is talks of that happening. We're like 75% sure that may happen, so stay tuned. We love doing
Yeah.
giveaways on the show. You guys know that we love giving free stuff away.
Oh my gosh, that would be just great to see it out. Can you imagine seeing it out, like walk in and seeing someone wearing an office hours hat? I would go nuts.
I would
Sorry.
cry.
Go.
I would cry and
Bring
be
a
like, "Are
tear
you
to my
okay?"
eye.
And I'm like, "I just love design." Okay, cool. Speaking of design, if you guys have tuned in before, this is basically a talk show. We like to hang out. We'll show you some cool stuff, but we do like to give you some strategy about how you can level up your careers. That's what Office Hours is all about, us hanging out together and getting better. Nick,
Yeah.
are you an expert in every single program that we're about to cover here?
Absolutely not. With the exception of capture.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, I love me some capture. But
Yeah.
no, and we were talking earlier today because we love this idea of you coming through this process with us. We have dabbled in these. We've all used them probably in the past, but we invite you to kind of use it and explore it together as we learn it as well, because I think that's the best way to watch.
It
Sometimes
really is.
I need a break from watching the person that's 10 times better than me. So like, I'm like, let's have fun together.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, there are some Adobe live streams even that I tune into, and then I like stop watching because I'm like, this is so good, I can't
I'm like,
handle this.
your shortcut moves. Whoa. Like, gosh, I thought I was good. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so with that said, I think those are all of our announcements. That's our little 5-10 minutes of chatter. Let's hop in and start showing you guys some stuff and talk about some things that we want to cover today. There's going to be a lot of strategy, some examples, and then we're actually going to jump into Spark on my iPad, on Nick's computer, and show some stuff. Let's learn this together. Let's have some fun. And I love this community that we've built. So let's jump in. Nick, let's talk about Spark. What's the deal? What's the mission?
Wow. Spark is a fantastic one because for us, it's going to be this way of when you're out and about or you need that flexibility when you're mobile or maybe just not even at your desk. I think Spark's this perfect combination of like the little things we do in Illustrator, the little things we do in Photoshop, and then it merges them together into something you can actually post, right?
Yes.
And like diving deep into this, even earlier today, we were laughing at all these little features that we were like, I had no idea it was in there. And it really is that way on your phone or on your tablet to do some of the stuff that you probably race home to do because you think that's the only solution to do it in.
Yep.
You know?
And so we are focusing this entire semester on this concept, workflow on the go. And I think that Spark is really one of the most powerful tools for this. So let's hop in, talk a little bit about the semester and where we're going. We did switch up the schedule a little bit. If you see below us, the description's probably wrong. It's our fault. The syllabus has been fixed, but this week we are talking about dynamic posts on social media. Next week we're talking about Lightroom. We'll be doing a photo journal, some profile pictures, and then going to Adobe Rush for some videos on the go. So make sure you can check that out over at our link at bit.ly/AI Discord right down here. And you can see the full syllabus of where we'll be going each episode on our new season of Adobe Abroad. Cool. So let's talk about social media, Nick. Let's hop into our lecture. Why social media? Why social media? Why?
Why'd you do this to me, social media?
Why social media? And then how social media? That's the overview for the show today. All right, Nick, go ahead and tell us a little bit about why we should focus on social media.
Yeah, we were looking up some stats, and I was really interested to find that like this first one here about the likelihood that someone would recommend you on social media is upwards of like over 70%. Like these things that like, if your content gets better, so does your engagement, so does maybe whatever if you're selling those stickers that you made, if you're just trying to start a different blog that's about design or travel or whatever it might be, some interest. There are such great things, and social media is our way to do it now. You know, we see a lot of the bad, but let's focus on just the good stuff here. And what else? What do you think?
Absolutely. I think social media is so important. It's where I've gotten most of my work. It's where I've made most of my friends in the design community. There are people like, the design heroes that you see. They're so accessible for feedback. I mean, I'll send my portfolio, I'll send projects to get feedback, and there's always someone there to help you out. So it really is a place to get noticed, but also a place to build community. Yeah. Why is social media? That's a good question.
Yeah.
All right. What other statistics do we have, Nick?
So I love this one. Steven just wrote 63% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Yeah. And yeah, sounds sus. Yeah. Welcome to office hours. That's this show is sus.
One of the things too, is we want to really push the idea that not just a static post is probably the way to go, and Spark and some of these other ones do allow you to do things that are more animated, more video content. So you look at this one here, and the percentage of users who would rather watch a brand video rather than read a blog is 80%. So like this idea that we know reading something is going to take a lot of time, maybe more than 10 minutes, and some of us only have 10 seconds. Capture them with something engaging in social media, and that's our way to do it, right?
Yeah, this could very easily be like the longest blog post ever, but instead you guys get to hang out for 45 minutes, and we're just going to tell it to you. So yeah, video is super engaging. I do a ton of video on mine because I just love it. So it is a really, really good way to convey information very quickly, but in a fun way. If you can have it engaging, then it's no longer information, right? It's entertainment, and you're just happening to learn something.
Yeah. And even any post that has the video, probably compared to without, gets about 48% more views.
A lot.
A buddy of mine just posted something too. He did some analytics on his stories, and he saw that the count of who watched him when it was just from his perspective filming, or when he turned it on him and he was actually in it, was almost 3 times as much. So again, some people are very reluctant kind of filming themselves in social media and everything. And what I was thinking too was maybe some of these apps can help you feel a little bit more comfortable in doing that because of the filters and the cool transitions and the things you can do to edit it.
Absolutely. This is something I literally saw this morning. So Paris Hilton actually converts every single post that she has into a video. So even if it's a still image, she'll add like an animation on top and then post that as a video because it does get way more engagement than the still photos. Yeah, which I thought was really interesting. Cool. And so that is something I literally saw this morning and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of smart.
That's cool.
All right, so I'm going to take over and talk about some key concepts for social media. I'm going to show some examples, and we're going to kind of blaze through these because I know a lot of you are really excited to actually get hands-on to Spark. So we're going to blaze through these. Feel free, again, to go to our link, check out the actual file, and you can go back and read some of these case studies. But let's talk about some key concepts.
Yeah,
so
go
key
for
concepts.
It. And I'll keep an eye on the questions. Go for it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, key concepts for social media. The online conversation moves so quickly that you have to have agility, and that's why I love Spark. When we were talking about doing Spark, I was like, dude, this is so powerful to be able to on the go make something right away. And I mean, you guys know, like, the news cycle on social media is like maybe 20 minutes before there's something new that everyone's talking about. And so you have to have agility. And the best example that I found of this is Oreo. Does anyone in chat remember the Dunk in the Dark post? So this happened during a Super Bowl, I think in 2014. The lights went out in the stadium, and I was reading a case study, and basically the marketing agency that's in charge of Oreo, they, within, I think it was 45 seconds, were like, okay, what's this idea? Here's the thing. They were in a think tank during the Super Bowl, and they're like, Dunk in the Dark, and like, great, put it together. And they posted, and everyone said, right here, one of the most buzzworthy ads of the Super Bowl on Sunday wasn't even a commercial. It was a mere tweet from the Oreos during a blackout. And that just shows with social media, you need to be agile. And if you can hit the zeitgeist of what's happening literally in that second, you are good to go, and you'll get huge engagement. And again, that's something that you can do super easily with Spark, right? If you're running something, a big event happens, something that's funny that could be parodied right away. If you have that, boom, you can hit it on your phone. You don't have to go home. You don't have to get to your desktop. You have your phone with you. Boom, here's a post.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes. Oh man, I like that people don't know about this. That was so. Yeah, if you guys want to like research that, because it is a really great case study. So next,
and I bet that was just a photo they already had, and they just threw in a vignette and made that great image and a simple headline.
Yep, every single asset there probably was already existing, and we're going to show you how to set that up and then how to apply that as well in Spark today. And didn't it cost them a gazillion dollars? I don't think so.
But the return
was insane.
Was probably even ridiculously more. So maybe they had the spot. Maybe, you know what I mean? And it was just a way to quickly do it.
Ready to go, yeah. So let's talk about agility. Did I skip a slide?
Let's see. I think you're both. Agility is in both your Taco Bell one and your.
Oh, this is another example of agility. That's what it is. 2
examples in one.
Yeah. Super Bowl ads are expensive. This was not a Super Bowl ad. This was a tweet. So it wasn't even an ad that aired on TV. It was literally a tweet, and it got more buzz than some of the ads that they spent millions of dollars on.
Incredible.
So the Taco Bell emoji engine, this is another one that shows agility. Taco Bell forever was petitioning to get a taco emoji added. They got the taco emoji added, and they launched this tool that you could basically tweet in any emoji and any taco, and it would create a GIF or an image for you. And it said, after a successful petition to get the taco emoji, Taco Bell launched the taco emoji engine, and it received 500,000 tweets in 5 days.
Amazing. Smart idea.
That's insane. Yeah. And so this is something, again, it was a custom built kind of back end, but this is an image that you could make in Spark, that you can make in Photoshop Mobile, that you can make in Illustrator. And it's something that you can hit that right away and have that agility.
Yeah.
So next key concept, while the application is important, you have to have a good idea. We focus a lot on applications here, but you have to be thinking through what are the ideas. I think Hawk just misread that message. Oh, I probably did. I'm sorry. While the application is important, you have to have a good idea. And so a great example of this is Wendy's. Wendy's has great social media, and your business's brand and voice can help set it apart from the competition. Having that idea and being able to jump on it is so important. And this is something that Wendy's tweeted back. I think that it was a clapback at McDonald's that they were playing off when the Avengers was released. And after the spoiler time, when they're just dragging them through the mud. But this is something, again, you can make super quickly in Photoshop Mobile. Get ready to tweet that, and it is the idea that really goes through there.
Yeah.
The last one that I want to talk about is quality, right? I talk about flexing on scale, but when you can't flex on the idea, flex on the quality, right? Show how well you can do it and how refined you can make that quality. And so Coca-Cola is a great example of that, and they know that they focus on quality. We've taken the iconic and much loved campaign and made it the biggest yet by bringing back the elements people love. This was a Christmas campaign. And as you go down, you can see the quality of this Christmas campaign. And this, again, is something that could have been built in Spark, right? We have the carolers in the background you can grab from Adobe stock. We have a truck that is already in our library. And then maybe some snowflakes from Adobe stock again.
Great fonts.
Great fonts. Yep. You can have everything set for your brand. Even the colors can be set for the brand. Nick's going to show you a little bit how to do that. So Nick, let's talk about what Adobe Spark is and then hop into using it.
Yeah, so this whole idea that we've had this powerful tool that kind of combines everything together. You can transform your ideas, make stunning visuals, place them on there really quickly as well. I was thinking the other day, like, how many times have you been out and about and maybe you wanted to have your logo, your own personal logo, somewhere that you can put onto that post, and there's no way Instagram allows you to do that, you know? So then I was thinking, this is the perfect way. Like, when we have this tool, it's fantastic to work. You can create these social media posts in seconds that have all of the things that Andrew just talked about: agility, quality, speed, everything really quick and at your hands, which is cool. I think it's really kind of funny too. We are so used to desktop, and I think sometimes we're a little bit apprehensive to make the move on either mobile or iPad to do these things. And it's so weird.
Yeah. But when I got my iPad Pro and started working on Illustrator mobile, like, it was a world of difference. I'm like, I don't even want to be at a desk anymore. I can just literally like sit in a park and work on illustrations.
It's so cool. And the neat thing they've added over the last few, I think the last maybe rendition that they put together, is this idea of putting branded stories in there. And what you can do is you can upload a lot of your own stuff, your color palettes and things like that. And we're going to show you through that as we kind of dabble in this. But that allows maybe even your client or small businesses, or maybe even a business within your family. I know a lot of people that do work for maybe relatives that have small businesses. You can set them up with this stuff, and then a lot of them can do it themselves, which is really, really great. So we're going to get in a little bit and show you what we wanted to do.
So we're going to demo. We're going to demo real quick, but I do want to show this slide. You guys can screenshot this for your mental brain later. Our homework at the end is going to be create an animated social media graphic and then post it in our Discord, which you can find right over there. Make sure that you check out the homework, try it, post it in the homework channel on Discord. And that's going to be something that's really important today that we want to see you put into practice, the things that we're going to show you right now in Spark. Nick,
excellent.
Take it away.
All right. Are we going to hit the AI file first? Is that where we're at?
Let's do it. We are on your screen.
Excellent. So what we wanted to do was, we were thinking, if we did this travel blog and we wanted to make assets before, let's say we're heading out to any kind of trips or experiences or wherever we might be, get some stuff ready to go. So I just made some quick little things here in AI. These are basically all artboards that we just have some fun stuff on here. I'm bringing our logo. One thing I always like to do is make a lighter version that with the PNG means you're getting the white knockout of the back. So you've got transparency. I'm doing a fun little kind of like icon here that we can mess around with. And we thought,
what's great is in Spark, if you have a PNG or an asset that is in color, you can change it and colorize it to a different color. You can make it bright, you can make it white, you can make it dark. So you really do just need the one asset, and you can augment it however you want in Spark.
You can even blur it. I saw it today where you mess around with it, so it's pretty cool. So we just made a few of these. These are all on their own artboards. I keep one, AI file together. I have a few options here now. What I can do, I can either go up here and I could do the export for screens. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this kind of technique here as well. You can take all your artboards, export them in one capacity. You give them a suffix. You can make them 150 DPI, make them PNGs here as well. And then all I did was I did that. And then we've started to share this Adobe Abroad library between Andrew and I. I could drop anything I have in here, and now we're working collaboratively. So everything's in there, both the AI and the exported PNG.
Yep, and we
now
even
what
have
we're
all of
gonna
our
do,
colors in that library as
yeah,
well. So we've just literally, all you need to do is click on an asset. You'll click on the little plus button at the bottom in the libraries, and you can add it to the library. So that's all we've done is we put everything into a library. Nick and I shared it across our
Adobe
Creative Clouds, and we're going to show
Yeah.
you how you can collaborate with that in a second. But Nick, let's go ahead and see if we can take this over and maybe show a little bit of the desktop version of Spark before we hop into the mobile.
Let me grab that really quick here. So here we have it here. And I just started messing around with it. I was just saying like, wow, we've got all these cool things. I'm going to go to our library here and everything that we've created. So if you go here to Adobe Abroad, and I'll even just take a few of these away, mess this up a little bit here. And again, we've got everything we needed to do. We dropped in some stock photography of some really cool stuff. So wanted to get some really cool things in here. All you have to do actually is just click on it and it comes right over to your thing. And this is all on the desktop. Now this is web browser
I thought that it
compatible.
was mobile only. No, spark.adobe.com. That is the place that you can see literally all of the things.
Now look at everything is what I love about this too. And I think we're seeing this in a lot of the desktop apps. They're all getting these treatments that have worked so well on iPad because this iPad thing is so intuitive, right? I don't think like every time I've looked at any Adobe app on there, you start figuring it out all of a sudden. So you got all these things about, I can replace it easily. I can remove the background. If I need to, like if this has an isolated thing, I can get rid of that. It has a really great beta on it as well. I've got filters. I can go right to it and start going, well, you know what? I want this, my opacity, let's bring it back up a little bit. And I'm starting to play around with it. Next thing I know, I can bring in my dinner one, we get this kind of going. We're gonna finesse these a lot more, but you can see they get for 1 second they'll be on, and then they get this crisp thing, and you have them perfect. Yep. From here, you do the same thing. There's so many different things you can do to this with scale, with different things. So I'm just gonna keep messing around. I'm gonna bring my little guy in here. Whoops! I always drag. It's just a click. There you go.
And yes, Spark and Spark Post, same thing. Spark is the desktop version. Spark Post is where it goes on the mobile.
Exactly. So you have this fun. Now I'm just experimenting with stuff that I've made. We haven't even gotten to the things where you've got animation, you got different backgrounds. We can bring in right from here. I can go to design assets and look at all the free stuff that you have.
All kinds of fun stuff. And you were bringing that stuff in from the library that we had created and shared, right, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that is something that if I wanted to, I could grab something and drag it into that library, and then Nick would have it live and able to change that to be able to put it into his work. It literally updates live, and we're going to show you how to do that. Nick, can we show them how to set up the brand stuff in Adobe Spark as well?
Yeah. So you're going to go right here, and these are where you could just start bringing in your own stuff. So what I did was I brought in some client kind of work that I was doing just to test it out and see, because what I'd like to do is help a client be able to do a lot of this stuff on their own, so they don't have to come to us all the time, and they could do these things on the fly as well. So you can see I've put in primary logos here. I'll just get rid of a few of these so you can see what I'm talking about. And as well, so what I get is I get all these logos that I've done for them. Now, I think you might have to help me here because we were walking through this. I could change the color of a PNG, correct?
Yes, I can actually just show you how to do that on mobile because it's really easy and intuitive on there.
Perfect.
And so something that I like to do too, and Nick showed it a little bit, that he has the logos tab over there. So as you log in and go to spark.adobe.com, you can access libraries, but I'm going to hop over to my screen real quick.
Go for it.
And you can click on the brands button. Oh, this is not, hold on. Wait for it. And all right, I'm not gonna go to my screen real quick.
Okay.
Gosh, hold on. No, I got you guys. Hold on. Wait for it. I got you. Don't fear. This is not office hours if something doesn't go wrong. There we go. Let's add that in there. There we go. Here we are. Well, we are not here. We went away. But sure, let's leave Nick there. All right, you guys just get Nick for a second. What we have here on my screen is we clicked on brands over here. And in here, you can set up a complete brand. And what that does is it actually will augment templates for you using your logos, using your colors, using your fonts. And so we simply went in there and set that up. We uploaded all of the logos that we wanted right here. So I have all my logos in here. I've got all of my key colors as well in here for the Adobe Office Hours mobile there. Does your client have to subscribe to Creative Cloud to have access? I'm not sure. I do think that Spark
is free, I believe,
online.
on
I believe that Spark is free. Ahmad, if you can confirm or deny that, let us know.
I believe they have to at least log in, but they should get the I think there is a free service that they can use.
Yes.
Correct.
So we've set up the colors, we set up the logos and the fonts, and as you go, you can brand your content. Literally, you can start a template, and it's going to fix everything for you to fit exactly where you want it, which is amazing.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, such a huge time saver. So yes, I know you guys lost me. I'll be back in just a second. Let's see here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and I'm back.
And we're back.
Yeah. All right. So Nick, in the meantime, you've been using your assets, and look what you've created in literally like a minute.
I know, exactly. Just messing around with it. I brought in a stock free image from the area here. So you basically go in here, you go into the free, you can search all these different things. It's just amazing what you can kind of just start messing around with. And again, I could be doing this just as well on my iPhone or my iPad, just as simple as we're showing it here on the desktop.
Yep. And this is something that even if your client doesn't have access directly to your files, you can export stuff super quickly and upload it into Creative Cloud. And just like we share our right here. Oh, hold on, wrong one. There we go. bit.ly/Adobe Office Hours. If you upload it into your Creative Cloud, you can grab a link super easily, just right click on it and then get a share link. And you can send them the folder of those assets and they can just download them without having anything. Works just like other cloud storage programs. So you can export super easily into that folder and it will constantly update with what they need if you just send them that link. I do that all the time.
Isn't that great, dude?
Yeah. All right. So Nick is there. Nick has created a nice little post.
Oh, did you see what that did?
Oh, what happened there?
Go back.
Oh, go back. I wasn't on your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Let's see.
It worked. Well, yeah, it worked right at the click. Let me see.
Can we undo?
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, hold on. There we go. Okay.
All right. So what do we do, Nick? This is one of my favorite things.
This was the free image we found, right? Clicked on this. What is this little remove background beta button? Clicked on it. Give it a second.
Remove background button, y'all. A button.
Look at that. I mean, clipping path.
It's real good. It's real good.
Very good. So again, some freebies, and can you imagine you're doing this right there on your phone? That's pretty amazing.
Yes. Can you upload non-Adobe fonts? I don't believe so right now. Oh, you can add them on desktop, I believe, and I'm not sure about mobile yet because it gets more.
Mobile might be a little bit different, but if your creative, your Adobe fonts, those come through
integrated.
Correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and hop over into the mobile application. You guys are going to see my screen here, and I'm over in the Adobe Spark post. And I'm actually probably going to move a little bit so I can get closer to my iPad. But what we have here is a bunch of templates. These templates are standardized. They're templates that you guys can use right off the bat. And so I'm actually just going to choose one of these to show you kind of where we can go. So I'm going to choose this one right here, the day in the life of a remote teacher. And you can click on remix template. And what that's going to do is it's going to open it so that we can change whatever we want, right? We can simply tap and move things around. Dude, it's so easy to be able to be hands-on and like actually tactically move things with your hands. But we're not going to do this right now. We are going to work from scratch. So let's go ahead and hop over. I know. Clutch the pearls. So what we're going to do is we are going to hit plus right here, and we are not going to start from scratch. We are going to start using a Creative Cloud library. So I'm going to click on libraries right here. And Nick and I have set up a library again that we are sharing, and it has some great food pictures in here. So I'm going to work on this little one of the taco stand. We're going to hit OK. Oh, is it a shawarma? Is it hot dogs?
I know,
it's hot dogs. It's just street meat, and that's, dude,
crazy.
That's great. All right, so we're gonna hit done. Oh, actually, let's show you what we can do there. So we can actually resize this for any social media. It's already saved in there. You don't have to look up what the sizings are. I hate doing that. But it's like, what's the 2021 update header image, whatever.
No
Super
need.
easy. Yeah, no need. And Cody says, I make all of my Behance Stream thumbnails in Spark. Yes, I have a template and just switch things out.
Ooh,
It's so smart.
great idea.
Yep. So we're in here and we are going to make an Instagram size. And so I'm going to hit done. And you can see already it has our office hours logo there at the bottom, as well as text that has been imported in using our font. And the reason it's done that is because we set up a brand. And so it's pulling in from those brand assets. And we're saying, hey, on every post, here's a logo, here is type, and it literally is just creating the post for us. Now we can go in here and we can resize some things. I think the office hours logo needs to move down in the corner. And I'm just tapping, and just like Illustrator, I'm stretching the edges, I'm moving things around super easily. So I'm going to come in here and let's go to adjust. And maybe we want to, no, let's not do any of that. Let's do, let's leave it. I like it. I'm not mad. So we're going to hit done there. And I'm going to go ahead and add in one of our little swoopy things. Now I think, Nick, we have a logo that we want to add. So I'm going to go to add image. Yeah. And then from here, I'm going to grab it from a library. And again, Nick and I are sharing this library so that we can go in here and let's grab, I'm going to grab the one that says art. Let's do artwork 4. So I'm going to grab here and I'm just going to open this right there. And that is going to place it into our Adobe Spark.
How does it look?
So we can add it in and I'm going to move it freely. It has a background on it that I don't think I want.
Ooh,
it's got like a blue thing. Yeah. So if you can get rid of that, that'd be great. So what Nick's going to do is he's actually on his computer taking that out of our Illustrator creative library and then saving it, and it's going to update it so that now I can replace that image, and it's going to replace it. I don't have to do anything new. I literally just have to go, no save as, I have to go and tap, and that image will be updated right across from me.
So all I did was double click it in my library with Illustrator open, got rid of the blue box. Sometimes it could have been a compound path issue where white wasn't being transparent or something like that. Now I've saved it, closed it. Tell me what you got.
All right, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and click on replace right here. And I'm going to go back to my libraries. I'm going to click on my shared library that I had with Nick. And now this artwork 4, I can tap that and it will replace what was already there, right? So Nick updated it and now I don't have a background. It's looking good to go. So I'm going to put this down in the corner. Amazing, right? And it's sort of like a dynamic link. Yes, it is sort of like a dynamic link. And if you edit something in a Creative Cloud library, it will update every single place that it is linked. So even if the file's not open, even if like you haven't opened it in 10 years, if you update that link, it will update across the board, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, everywhere. It is the best to use Creative Cloud libraries. So from here, let's kind of play around with some of the type. And what I can do is there's a whole bunch of extra effects and whatnot that I can add to type. So the font is already set for what we want, but you can scroll through and change the font to different ones if you want to just customize it a little bit more. We also can go to the color and check this out. Bottom left-hand corner behind Nick. There are all of our brand colors. So I really like the orange that we have. So I'm going to make this one orange. And again, you can just click and drag and this text box will be fully responsive. So it will make it so that it scales down, so that it moves to the next line, creates absolutely everything. And chat, what I need from you right now, give me a tagline. Give me something that we should put here in our social media post. And while we do that, I am going to, let's see here. Let's
maybe a little street food oriented.
I was just saying, I'm going to add a little, let's not do any of those effects. Let's go ahead and, let's align it. So let's do a curved alignment. There we go. And so clicking on curved, again, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do, but clicking on curved is going to make it a nice little circle. So now we've got some type on a path there. And chat, what do we want this to say? Let me know and we'll put it on that circle. So there are different options for type. We can go to grid as well, and it's going to change it into that like really hip, cool, like evenly spaced grid. And so we'll leave it on curved. And chat, while you talk about that, Nick, what's going on your screen? Let's hop over there.
Did you see? This is kind of fun. So I've just put this together really quick with an ice cream image we found, got rid of the background, put in our logos, chose a nice fun background color, and then I click this little zoom button, and you can see if I turn it off, let's see. I'm assuming you can turn it off, but maybe not. Oh, it has two different options. I can go that way.
Yep.
Whatever. So all it's doing is it's making a quick zoom intro.
Yep.
And it's showing it to me in a little loop. But wouldn't that be more engaging than just the static image?
Yeah, like why are you going to do a static image ever again? And if you guys are looking at that, so somebody said a street meat treat. I love that.
Ooh, there you go.
So I'm going to simply, I double tapped on this nice little circle that we have. And because it is on the curve, it's going to keep it in that circle, I believe.
Oh,
maybe we can do other. Yeah. So if you hit shuffle right here, keep tapping on this, it's going to change the alignment of that circle. So you can do a half circle, you can do a bottom half circle. You can mess around and do whatever you want there. And let's go ahead and say that we're done here. And I want to show you a little bit of what Nick just did. So let's see here. Let's go into animation.
Go for it.
And what we're going to do here is we can animate a few things. So we can animate the graphics as well as the text. So this circular text, let's go ahead and have it typewriter in. And you can see that it's going to typewriter and animate for us around that circle, right? Which is super fun. I absolutely love that. We can have it even blink in. Maybe it's like a street sign. I think that's kind of fun.
That's cool.
So let's do that. And then let's go ahead and come over here. And there are two options, right? So we can augment the text, or we can augment the photos. We can do both as well. So I'm going to do what Nick just had. I'm going to add a little zoom, and you can see that photo in the background is starting to zoom in. We can keep hitting this and it will shuffle between going in, going out, kind of moving all those things around. So I'm going to hit done. And now we've got some nice animation. I'm going to delete our logo because I think it looks just a little bit weird there in the corner.
Can you do it? Can you turn it to white?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. Is I'm just gonna go to brand here, and we can click on the brand, and it again is going to reassign that type with our color, cool. And then it added the logo in. So it did add this logo in here, but I actually don't want to use that logo, so I can delete it. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna add in another image. I'm gonna go to libraries. And in the libraries, we can see we do have the Adobe abroad, all of the logos here. So I'm going to click and add one of these logos in. It will import it for me straight from the Creative Cloud library. And now we've got a nice lighter one and put that down in the corner. But what we can do here is I can go to looks. So looks is where we can kind of augment what it is. Cool. And we can go to colorize. Yeah. And as we shuffle through this, it's going to take colors that are either kind of in the scene or provide good contrast and start to cycle through those so I can kind of see which one I like. I also can go to lighten, and that's going to make it more white for us, which I think is what we want. And if you want to, you can add in things like a blur. Just kind of drag that and it'll blur out, which could be kind of cool. So we'll leave that. And then we also can enhance, we can sharpen, add all kinds of different effects to this type and to this image. So we're going to go ahead and see how this looks. We're going to push play.
Let's see.
And you can see now we have our image is zooming out. The images that are on top are also zooming in. And it looks like our type didn't animate. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on one more time. There we go. And now when we hit play, we have a dynamic moving, everything is good to go.
Amazing.
Looks really cool. Very quickly. And check this out. We can export by going up here to the export button. We're going to do video animation, and it's going to take a second to create that video.
That's just crazy. This is just crazy talk.
And yes, I had no idea this app was so smart. It is. So we can save it as a shareable template, and that will allow us to share it with other people, to send it over to Nick, to send it to a client. I can go directly to Instagram. I can save the video, or I can even send it through iMessage. So you can do all kinds of customization there.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, really great. And Nick, I'm going to come back to your screen because you're just going crazy on the desktop app. What do you got?
Do you have
over
any
there,
idea what I'm going to have for dinner tonight?
I know, right? How are we feeling about dinner?
My gosh, this is so much fun. Like I'm telling you, I'm going to make some post right away for just my own sake, because I think this is just such a blast to mess around with. And I'm doing this on my desktop, like to be able to do this, like just at home somewhere on your iPad and messing around with stuff. I mean, this is just a blast.
Yep.
It's
And not
great.
only can you do things for social media or digital, you can also can do
Look
print.
at that.
So let's say over here, I want to do maybe a flyer. So we're doing like a one sheet. I can do, maybe this is a menu, right? That we're going to do a menu for a company. Again,
Yeah.
it's starting out with my brand. And so I can just double tap on this text and we can say maybe delicious food. Actually, let's just say the word menu. So let's add the
Mm-hmm.
menu here and we hit done. And now we have our nice little menu. We can drag it up to the top. And what we can do is with our brand, we can start adding effects to this text. And heck yeah, it's taco night. Yes, everyone is in for tacos. So we're going to do this kind of grid that's spaced out. But then what I can do is there are all kinds of options here at the bottom, right? And I'm going to kind of just click through on my screen so that you guys can see the different things that I'm adding. Is we can go to shape. And this is super fun. If you want to create a badge or you want to create some kind of like pop out, you actually can cycle through these shapes and it's going to add either to each letter or the word altogether. So right here it's doing each letter. We can add maybe a cool diner vibe. That looks pretty cool.
That's
So let's
neat.
do a little diner vibe there. Or you can go into decorative. It's going to give you little circles and whatnot. But let's do the diner vibe. That's pretty cool. So we'll hit OK. And from there, let me select that one more time. We're going to keep going through here and check out effects. So effects are going to add kind of some extra stuff to our type. So right now we're adding in a little bit of a drop shadow. And we can change the distance of that by just clicking and dragging. And the direction, if we want it to go another way, you can see it kind of zooming around there. Let's make that really drastic. There we go. And we'll hit done. From there, we can change the order. So let's say that we want to take our logo, right? I'm going to take, oopsies, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. Let's say that we want to take our office hours logo that's down here, but we want it over the text a little bit. So if it's over that, we can actually come here and change the order. And the order is going to move things from the back to the front. And so by moving this over, click and drag, Andrew, click and drag, click and drag. Actually, let's just click this button. There we go. There it has moved it to the front. And we can do things like adjusting it. We can rotate this a little bit if we want. There's all kinds of sliders that you literally can just click through, and it's going to make sure that everything is perfect for you. Let's change the spacing of the letters. There we go. And you can even come into style, and that will actually cycle through style. So this is one of my favorite things.
Such a good idea.
Yes, it's literally just like a wheel that you can spin, and it will like change into different styles. Like it's so cool. So
Everyone loves a spinning wheel.
Dude,
it's like the Office episode.
It is, yeah, it is like the equivalent of like being a graphic DJ. Like this is the button right here. Like I'm in my booth and I'm just like
design
oh
roulette.
God, yeah. Yes. Oh, I don't have my top-down camera. I was gonna say I could show you my actual top-down camera, but we can't. So design roulette, we can scroll through here and it's gonna change these to different types of things. We literally can just scroll through like forever and it will have something that looks cool. We're gonna hit done and that looks good to me.
Amazing.
That looks really good to me. And Nick is still over here adding more animations, more insanity.
I'm just sticking to the simplest things. Just big old text bleeding off the sides, simple logo.
Little animations.
Find a fun little animation for it. This is just a blast. Dude.
It's magic. So
really
yes,
good stuff.
Adobe Spark is a super powerful tool, very easy to use. Like you saw, it literally is going to hopefully revolutionize the way that you work. And it's something that you can pick up, right? Like Nick and I, not experts in this, but we're learning and kind of discovering stuff along with you. And I think that we made pretty cool things like in the, like 20 minutes that we were experimenting and playing around with it.
Yeah.
You can leverage libraries to update things across the board, to work collaboratively with other people or with a team.
Yeah.
And then you can leverage the power of these brands to really start to make some cool stuff very, very quickly. So again, this is the way to do it. Like if you're going to do it, Spark, I think, is the way to do it. I think it's magical.
I think it's just igniting a few things too that I can do now much quicker for either myself or for a client really quick. I love when you can impress the heck out of someone, particularly a client who's paying you, right? Or your job or your boss. Like having this loaded with all your company assets, give it a try. I mean, what a blast, huh?
Absolutely. Yes, it's magic. Those are the words. I was like going to say more words and then I was like, but it's just as magic.
You don't need to say much more, really, to be
I
honest
don't.
with you.
I don't need to say any more words. Those are the words. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Um,
Yeah.
so let's
Yeah, this
talk
is
a little
great.
bit about. Let's recap a little bit, right? So
Let's
we
do
talked
it.
about a bunch of things today, and Nick, the one thing that I do want to recap and kind of make sure that I talk to you about is there's homework. Nick, what's our
Yes.
homework for all of y'all?
So we want you guys to put together and create an animated image that is a social media post or graphic. You could post it in Discord. Even better yet, do that and post it on your social media and tag us both. We
Yes.
will we'll share it with the world. I want to see what you guys can come up with.
I
This should
want to
be
see
fun.
what you make. Yeah, it'll be really cool. And make sure that you join our Discord by going to the link right there or the link that our moderator is going to drop in there. And yes, Adobe Cadabra, it is magic. The power of Adobe Sensei. I just hear them say that all the time.
Oh, you at Max, that's all you hear.
Yeah,
The
that's all you hear.
power
Yeah.
of it. I think it's Jason Levine who does it the best.
Yes. So you can go and check out our Adobe Abroad channel here in the Discord, or you can keep scrolling down and go to homework, and that's where we want to see you put your social posts of things that you're making, that you're creating in Adobe Spark. Now,
Yeah.
Nick, let's make a couple more announcements. Let's talk about what's happening next week. Where are we going next week?
I believe we're going into the Lightroom, correct?
The Lightroom, yes. The
It is
one
a
and
destination.
only Lightroom. Yes, and what are we going to be doing in Lightroom?
We are going to be doing like photo journals, and we're going to be doing maybe even, I think it'd be fun to work on your own maybe profile pic for social media or anything else you want to do. Do you use it on your, I've had it on my iPhone now for quite a while. I actually use it as my go-to default for editing.
Yes, I do too. I use it on my iPad all the time for editing, and especially if I'm on the go. Back when I was on vacation, I took a road trip with my mom, and we went to Niagara Falls. And all of my photos I just took on my iPhone, and I was able to tone them. I was able to add custom different highlights here, saturations there, and I have a ton of photos from Vegas.
Yeah.
Back when I used to go all the time. I love old Vegas, and so I'd go and document signs, and instead of just being a picture on my phone, it was perfectly toned. There was lighting here, there were augments here, it was sharpened, there was a nice gritty black and white. You can do all of that so quickly and have so much customization using the Lightroom.
The Lightroom. Let's just drop the.
The
I like
Lightroom.
it too. Sometimes you feel like you're like, I shouldn't be doing this on my phone. I shouldn't be allowed to do this kind of photo correction on my phone.
There are so
That's
many
how
times,
advanced it is.
Yes, there are so many times that I'll be doing it on the phone and then almost be like, I don't know if like I'm gonna get judged by photographers for like doing it on my phone, right? That I'm like, I feel like I am supposed to do it a different way, but this is working so well that like, why would I do it a different way?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, cool, this is just gonna be the way that I do it.
I know.
And yes,
Even
Diane
black
says,
and white stuff.
Yeah, Diana says Lightroom Mobile is my default, 100%. I'm so excited for next week because it really is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'll show you all my pictures from old Vegas vacations. I'll show you how to do some portraits that I've taken of some families and some friends, and then maybe even a little self-portrait we can get in there and change out some details.
Oh,
which would be
dude,
really
that's
fun.
a great idea. We should like just for just memory lane, show some fun photos from another part of the world or something.
I love that.
Fun. Like,
yeah, we'll show
would that
some
be
stuff.
great?
Yeah, I got to go to Australia last year, and so we can hit up the our friends in Adobe Australia, see if they want to hang out with us.
And I might just do my Italy food pictures. Who knows?
Oh my gosh, please
we
bring
could
us
go
Italy
anywhere.
food pictures. That's all that I
Food.
want.
It'll be a lot of pizza and a lot of Vegas signs next week.
That's what's gonna happen. So let's take a look at what's coming up in our schedule in the future.
Go for it.
Nope, that's not my screen. That's my screen. So we are again next week going to be doing Lightroom. We did change the schedule just a little bit, so we are doing Lightroom next week, and then we will be going to Adobe Rush. We'll show you how to do videos on the go. If you need something and you are, let's say you meet someone in a different country. I've actually done this in Turkey. I met some random people and they're like, come have tea. And I'm like, okay. And then like, we just talked and hang out. And I'm like, hey, let's do like a little video and like, tell me about your business. They owned a rug shop. And I'm like, dope. And so that's something that you can leverage on the go. And then Nick,
what a great idea.
We're going to do Fresco. Have you worked much in Fresco?
I have done a little bit. Like I just mentioned, and I'll be able to show you guys the finished project because I just did the first project ever where I started from I started from scratch here and did a sketch and took it all the way into the actual printable art that's going to be sent to the printer tomorrow.
Nick,
So
you can't just casually show work that's that good on the
I'm
stream. Like, I think
sorry,
I just have
I'm
to
not.
end it. Like, I think I'm
That's not.
done. I can...
I have to tell you, the Fresco app made it look so good. I am not a drawer in any way, and so
That's it. I'm
trust me.
killing the stream.
Trust me.
Go home.
No.
So after we do the Adobe Fresco, we're going to be doing Adobe Aero, which the Aero week. So Aero is coming up February 5th. I'm literally just not going to talk the entire episode. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to run all the production, but I'm going to let Nick take it away. Then we're going to Adobe Capture, which will be fun. We'll talk about exporting to print, web, all that stuff. And then February 26th is our final game show. You guys love that. So we'll bring it back, give away some Creative Cloud subscriptions, and have some fun. So this is our syllabus. You can get the syllabus and all of the other information, as well as today's presentation, right down here, bit.ly/Adobe Office Hours. That will be the place to go for all things Office Hours for the rest of the show. So Nick, any other announcements, things to look forward to?
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to, I think we're all trying to keep this positive vibe going. It's great to kind of see all your names again, which is great. We missed you for a few weeks. So I think, again, creativity, the things we get to do, we're just so blessed. This is our industry. Let's keep it going, man. We're here to help you guys out through whatever we can. It's gonna be a blast.
Ronnie says, where can I get more tips and tricks on Spark? Right here on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube. Well, not right here. We're on Behance right now. If you go over to YouTube, go to Adobe Creative Cloud. You can just search Adobe Creative Cloud Spark. I know there's some great tutorials by Julia Masalska and our friend Cloudy, so you can check those out. And again, make sure you follow on social media. We promise that we'll post our workspaces, our setup, so you guys can see the other side. So go follow. I am at hoch.co, all letters HOCHDOTCO. And Nick, where are you?
Longo Designs on Instagram.
That's it.
Follow us now and be prepared. Get ready for the hurricane of our office spaces.
Mine's so clean. Take that, Nick.
Oh, that's right. You did make that.
I did the whole thing. So we will see you next week for another episode of Adobe Office Hours where we cover Lightroom, and I'll see you all on Monday for another daily creative challenge. See you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.